everyone, and welcome to a Thursday video with me. For this week's video, I want to go over my top 5 favorite movies that I've reviewed either here on my channel. As I'd like to end the year off with some positivity, we'll go over just briefly the ones that I have reviewed that I think are the worst. So the 5 worst movies that I reviewed for 2019 in no particular order are Deadly Detention, Cute Little Buggers, Motel Hell, Housewife. These are movies I will never watch again. Now that that brief list is out of our way, let's get into my top movies for 2019. Number 5 is Velvet Buzzsaw. This was a movie from Sundance this year. It is a brilliant horror, in my opinion, about art and a very interesting commentary on the art community when it comes to gallery and the perception of what is and what isn't art. It's about a painter whose paintings kill. I highly recommend watching it, so that's where we're gonna leave that one. Number 4 is Ari Aster's Midsommar. The dialogue that has evolved around this particular movie has been so much fun and so fascinating. I got to participate in Dragon Con, a horror panel that was just specifically about horror and folklore and how it all meshes and meshes. It was just really fun conversation. It's interesting that a horror movie has sparked so much conversation within the horror community because this movie is so vastly different than a lot of horrors that we are used to. It is bright, it is colorful, there's open spaces. It makes you feel isolated and alone in unique cinematography for horror. I think this movie also pushed the boundaries for character interactions and development throughout a story. Number 3 for my favorites this year is Perfection. This movie had so many interesting twists and turns, and I didn't see a lot of them coming. It was a very interesting way to tell a story that kept you engaged, wondering what was going on as you learned from different characters' perspectives what was actually happening. Before we get into my favorites of this year, I do want to throw out some honorable mentions. They are Pet, Mother, Brightburn, The Heretic, and Monster Squad, all of which are fabulous movies I highly recommend checking out and enjoying. So let's get to number 2. Number 2 is Slither. This is a sci-fi horror that is directed by James Gunn. This movie has an amazing cast, intriguing story. It has scares, comedy, action. Like, it is all around a really well written, well produced movie. So now, the moment you have probably been waiting for. My number 1 pick for 2019 is the remake of Suspiria. This movie was fascinating to me. When the movie comes to a conclusion, you learn there is so much rich history and mythos to the universe that was developed for this movie. It was extremely well acted. The choreography was beautiful, talented dancers, intriguing story, and it gets really fucked up towards the end. I like artistic horror movies, as you probably are guessing, because 2 on this list are more on the artistic style of horror. But I absolutely love this movie. I know there's a lot of people who didn't, but every time you watch it, and now I've watched it a few times, I've watched it 3 times this year. I've loved it so much. It is better with each view. You notice more subtle details. Like, it is phenomenal. So there you have my top 5 worst, but more importantly, my favorites for 2019. I hope you have a safe and wonderful New Year's. Remember, don't drink and drive, but of course, have lots of fun. Share the evening with those you care about, and from my dark heart to yours, have a wonderful day, and please don't die before my next video.